Hello, Happy New Year, Capricorns. Welcome to my channel. My name is Bella, and this is your love horoscope for 2018. And if you'd like to know more about me and my services or a private reading, or maybe you want to join me at my Facebook page where I give live daily talks there too, then all the links are just down below. And all my readings start from as little as $4.99 on my Instago app, or a video reading or a live Skype reading with me too. So, for those of you who are used to me, you know I just like to dive straight in there to just crack on with the reading, and this is no different. So, how does your January start when it comes to your love life? And this is live. I only do one take of this because I never know what my guides are going to say. So, you might hear my dog snoring, you might hear them barking, you might even hear the postman turn up. Who knows? So, I'm just apologising now. So far, nothing has happened, but you never know. So, right. The first thing my guides are saying here is that there's a real need for you to let go of some things from 2018, some fears in particular, because it's not the same energy, guys. No way, Jose, not for you Capricorns. Why? Well, I did mention it in my December reading. You now have your ruling planet in your sign for the next 2.5 years. It could not be any better than that. For the next 2.5 years, you have your ruling planet in your sign. You have Saturn backing you all the way, baby. You know, you cannot go into this year or the next year, but you certainly can't go into this year, and you can't start the year carrying around old baggage. Now, as people, we like to use our past experiences, and unfortunately sometimes it's our negative experiences that we like to carry around with us like an invisible sack. My guides are saying you need to leave that in 2017 and you need to clear it out, empty it out, and get ready for your happy sack to be filled from 2018. Like, it's coming across really strong. For some of you, seem like you start the year a bit hesitant, a bit like seeing the shadows in your relationships, you know, or your forming of relationships as the same way, because it feels like it resembles December or last year, but it's not. Just because it feels that way doesn't mean that it is going to be that way. But if you hold on to the fear unnecessarily, I have to say, then you, in a way, you perpetuate it, you manifest it, you don't allow yourself to grow into something different. And what my guides are saying here is that when you let go of what you are, then you become what you might be. So let go of what was so that you can become what you're going to be in this marvelous time when you have your own planet in your sign for 2.5 years. So I hope you get the message. Basically, you really do need to let go of the past in order to enjoy the wonderfulness and the harmony and stability building that's going to be in your love life for this year, but starts right now in this month. Why wait till February or March? Do it right now, is what the universe is saying. So there's a real need for you to either walk away from that fear or walk away from somebody. But you need to walk away knowing that you're going to be going into things going right for you. So for me, I don't think it's necessarily about you walking away from somebody. It feels more like you need to walk away from, you need to forgive last year and circumstances and people. You need to understand there's different dynamics at play, that actually somebody does love you if you're on a close connection, and no matter what troubles you've had, they are behind you. There is much more of a building of bridges together, but it can't be done properly if you are bringing up the past all the time. So forgive, move on, move forward. If you're single, again, you need to leave the past behind. You can't be looking over your shoulder thinking, maybe do I want that person back, you know, or I'm going to just meet the same type of people. No, you have to let that go and have trust and faith that you're going to be meeting people that are very, very, very much like you, very much on the same page, being aligned to you, because Saturn is saying, I've got your backs, Capricorn. I'm going to be aligning you to your manifesting desires. You're either going to make this more challenging for yourself, or you're going to let it flow, go with the flow, and I'm going to support you. I've got your back, baby, basically. I just get, if you do that, second week, particularly if you're single, great time to date. That's when you meet almost like the love of your life. It's great. If you're in an existing relationship, I get here that you're most bonded in the second week, and you feel like it feels like some of you may have either met at work or maybe worked together. That also, that dynamic goes in two areas. So you're almost like your powerhouse, power couple romantically, you know, intimacy builds up, but also stuff that you do together. So even if you don't work together, you could be working to do something together, or deciding that you're going to work towards something together. So this could be saving money for a mortgage. This could be working together to, you know, do something for a holiday or something. There's a real theme coming up about you kind of just being loved up, but doing things together. Because my guides are saying here, there's lots of you that definitely don't want to repeat some parts of 2017 when it came to your love life. But in order for you to become what you might be, you have to relax and let go again. This whole theme this month about relaxing and letting go and enjoying that, allowing somebody to love you and trusting. Don't if you're single, don't automatically meet somebody and think, oh, they're too good to be true, they're probably going to let me down, because it's not going to happen. And all that's going to happen is you're going to wind yourself up and not be all giving of yourself when somebody else is trying to kind of show their worth and really work with you. I get here, for some of you, particularly if you're single and dating, like the second week's a really great week. The third week feels like you get like two more offers of romance. Very contrasting, like two different types of people. Both, I feel here, are not your usual type, and you having to make a decision. I would say again, go with the flow. The universe is trying to align you to your desires, and sometimes your desires may not be what you thought you wanted, because actually you're going on that past experiences. So sometimes go with the new is because actually the universe is trying to say, this is what you wanted. If you don't take a bit of the cake, how do you know? So another example would be, you know, sometimes if you've been, well, maybe you don't know, but if you've been in a relationship that's been abusive and you've been always been toxic, after a while people will normalize that behavior. They will think that's the right way to be treated. And then they get out of it because it obviously did make them miserable. But then when they go to another relationship and then they meet somebody who's really nice to them, they're like, oh no, I don't want to be with you, because it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel passionate. It doesn't feel the way that it was before, even though it wasn't right for me. It's because actually you've been conditioned to like the negative behavior. The universe is saying you can't carry the old past in order to be the person that you want to be, that actually you have to take those risks. Hence why they're saying, if you're single, to go with that, to go with the different dynamics. If you are basically in a long-standing relationship and you're starting to notice that some of the bad communication issues or bad problems that were there, that they want to be more of a unit with you and to being much more positive, don't be suspicious of it. Welcome the change and go with it, because it is authentic, is the way it's been shown. Basically, I'm also getting, for those of you who somebody pops back into your life and you're considering taking them back again, they if it's in the third week in particular that happens, then they will be authentic, basically, and you can take a risk. If it's before that, then I would say here that they are part of leaving things in the past, basically, and you needing to move forward as well. But overall, the themes that I'm getting with you Capricorns is lots of planning and doing. I think that's a thing probably in January anyway, that people start to think, how do I want my year to be, and then start doing it in sort of practical and tangible ways. But I get that you're thinking that like that, but not in isolation. You're doing that with your partnership in mind. Or if you're single and newly into something, bearing that new relationship also in mind, about how you want your year to be, that is inclusive of that other person. Because it feels to me, like I said, Saturn's got your back. There's pretty much more things going right for you this year than things going wrong for you this year. And anything that does go wrong for you this year is going to be either about the fear that you're letting perpetuate in a situation so that you're manifesting it, or because it's there to push you and nudge you in the right direction towards where Saturn, because Saturn, even though it's your ruling planet, it can be a bit tough. You know, it's to push you into where it's going to be your happiest. So you need to trust that the universe, good or bad, even though it's mostly going to be good, is doing it for your highest good when it comes to romance in particular. So overall, it's a good month, massively good month when it comes to your connections. But there's a real theme here about what you're processing at a cognitive level so that you can become this beautiful butterfly, basically. It couldn't be better than that, really. So let go of the old past. It is not going to be the same year. Oh, no, 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 no. You have your sign. You have your planets ruling you. So I super hope that that's been helpful for you today. And thank you very, very much for choosing me. Take care.